Hello, my name is Wahyu Irawan. Okay, in here I will make a video for final exam teaching English as a foreign language. In teaching as foreign language, I use teaching vocabulary skill. And the first is the meaning of vocabulary. Vocabulary is the knowledge of word and a meaning of word. States that vocabulary is a word taught in a foreign language. From this opinion, we can conclude that vocabulary is a collection of words that are known by someone or are part of a particular language. Explicit instruction of vocabulary is highly effective. To develop vocabulary intentionally, students should be explicitly taught both specific word and word learning strategies. To deepen students' knowledge of word meanings, specific word instruction. And then the next is the meaning of teaching vocabulary skill. Teaching vocabulary skill is the mastery or acquisition of vocabulary, and it is teaching. The learning is to help or facilitate the acquisition of vocabulary. In addition, vocabulary learning cannot be separate from vocabulary mastery. And the next is the method of teaching vocabulary skill. This method for teaching vocabulary skill, I use demonstration method. Demonstration method is used in teaching with the process of using object or teaching material at the time of teaching. Teaching materials will provide a real view of what will be studied. It can also be in the form of practicum. This demonstration method has benefit. Among others, students become more interested in what is being taught. Students are more focused on the material. The experience of the teaching is the better remembered by students. And then the next is step by step for teaching vocabulary skill, use demonstration method. And number one is preparation student stationery. And then number two, the teacher explain to the children what is planned and what will be done. The teacher explain to the children what is planned and what will be done. And then number three, the teacher demonstrates to the children slowly and give a fairly short explanation. And then number four is the teacher repeat step by step and explanation the reason for each step. And the last is the teacher assign student to do their own demonstration step by step and is accompanied by an explanation. And then the next is learning media for teaching vocabulary skill. At the time, I use flashcard for teaching vocabulary learning media. Flashcard media is learning media in the form of picture card measuring 25 times 30 centimeter, drawing made by hand or photos or using existing image or photos based on flashcard. The picture on the flashcard are a series of messages that are present with a description of each picture that is listed on the back of the card. Okay, so the next is step by step for teaching vocabulary skill. Use flashcard media from the teacher. The teacher is need to measure learning material well to prepare yourself and the skill to use this media. If necessary, to expand it, do it with repeat practice. Also prepare others material and tools that may be needed. Also check the order of the picture if something is missed or the arrangement is not right. And number 2, prepare the flashcard before starting the lesson. Make sure that the number of pictures to be present is complete. Check the order whether it is correct and whether or not other media are needed to assist learning. Number 3 is preparing the place. This is related to the position of the teacher as a present of learning message. It is appropriate. And then number 4, prepare student condition students sitting position well. For example, by sitting in a circle in front of the teacher. Pay attention to students to get an adequate view. Okay, and then so is how does flashcard media can work. In the first is prepare flashcard of the picture card on the student table. Show the children one by one card in the sequence. Memorize several types of fruit. The example of fruit. And number 3, ask the student to show a fruit that is designed based on the picture shown on the card. Doing so in order until the last card. And then number 4 is do it repeatedly until student understand each one of a fruit. Finally, do a question and answers. Request the children to operate the picture card based on the picture taken by the child, then ask to the mention of the picture. Okay, and then the next is at advantage of disadvantage from demonstration method. And the first is advantage of demonstration methods. And the first is the students can understand more clearly about process or how it works. And number two is explanation becomes easier to understand. And number three, minimizing error in delivering oral material because contrast evidence can be seen. And then number two is disadvantage of demonstration method. And the first is if the object being demonstrated is too small, students have difficulty observing. And then number two, the number of students who are too many can block the view of the student evenly. And then maybe not all material can be demonstrated. And then the last requires a teacher who really understand in order to demonstrate well. Okay, and then the teaching vocabulary skill using flashcard media have advantage of disadvantage. And the first is advantage of flashcard media. And the first is easy to carry with a small size flashcard, can be stored on top, even in the pocket, so it does not require a large space, can be used anywhere in class or outside class. And then practically to see from the way it is made and use, this media does not need the required electrically. And then flashcard, it is funny, it is use can be through games. And then maybe easy to remember characteristics of flashcard media is to present short message on each card that is presented. Okay, and then the last is disadvantage of flashcard media. The first is the image only emphasizes the perception of the eye's sense, and then image of objects that are too complex are less effective for learning activities. And then the last is maybe size is very limited for large group. Okay, that was my video for final exam teaching English as a foreign language. Use teaching vocabulary skill, and then thank you for watching the video, and then see you next time. Bye bye.